Hey everybody, this is Jeff Schneers with the Studio Creative. I'm here with author Bruce Kapitek, and he has a new book coming out. Bruce, tell us a little bit about it and what the inspiration was with it.
Sure. The title is The D&C Lake Lines and the Fabulous Luxury Liners of the Great Lakes. And so my title covers a lot of things. The Detroit and Cleveland Navigation Company, which was really the biggest and very best of any company that ran passenger steamships on the Great Lakes throughout recent history within the last 150 years or so. They were just known as the D&C Lake Lines. So it covers the Detroit part of it. These ships were all really amazing ships, just like the Titanic, pretty much. Something, they were from that era, built in that era, and they had all the trappings of the beautiful interiors with dining rooms and salons and cabins and suites and that sort of thing. And then obviously Great Lakes distinguishes it from anything else because we're talking strictly about these freshwater liners that really made history. From the book covers really the area from around 1900 through 1950 and a little bit before and a little bit beyond as necessary. And I was inspired, really, one of the things that I show when I give a lecture about the topic. In previous years, before a lot of these ships were scrapped, if you looked at the skyline of Detroit from Windsor, the whole wharf was parked with large ships. Of course, the Boblo boats that we all remember were there, and others, but there were overnight passenger ships that could take you to Buffalo, Cleveland, up to Mackinac, down to Chicago, and, on a cruise across the whole Great Lakes from several different lines that called at Detroit. So this is a part of our waterfront and our city that was typical in the past. It was always there, and it isn't anymore. And that intrigued me. That where did that all come from, and where is it? And I was aided in all that because my dad was in the Navy. He was at D-Day in World War II, and he always loved to go down to the river from our house. If we were looking for something to do, he'd pack everybody in the car, and we'd go down to the river and watch boats. And that was kind of one of the things that we took some joy in living in Detroit, because we could see these big, by that time it was mostly freighters, but as you could only imagine, just based on that, this glittering giant steamship with three stacks belching smoke and paddling like some sort of monster fish or duck in the water, coming by at night with this decks lit, and maybe you could hear the orchestra playing on, in the dining room for dancing and all that kind of thing. It must have been just a fabulous thing. And I've written a lot of accounts of that, on how in the morning when they would come from Cleveland or Buffalo, these ships would just appear out of the mist, and all of a sudden this giant thing was coming and parking at the dock. We don't see that. And what I'm trying really to do with the book is to bring back and describe and use the language and the images and the diagrams that I created that would give somebody a feeling for what that was all like.
Do me a favor and tell the audience where they can get the book and where they should follow for more information.
Well, the book is currently at the printer, and I should have it I'm hoping within a month or a little bit more. And it will be available from me online from www.editionsbk.com. I also sell the Hudson's book that I wrote previously that's been such a success. That's available there, of course, and some other products that I sell. And there are a number of retailers throughout the area, in particular the Detroit shop in Somerset, the neighborhood gift shop down at the Michigan Central Station, the Book Beat in Southfield, Lee's Papery in Bloomfield, and the Yellow Dog Marketplace at two different locations that will definitely have these because they bought my products before. And you could look for them there probably beginning in mid-November to later November. It'll definitely be here for Christmas. And I will be doing, within the next couple of weeks, I'll start up a pre-sale offer that if you want to order the book before it's even available and get a guaranteed pre-Christmas delivery, you could get a special price and pre-order it now, and it will be delivered when it comes, which will be, I can guarantee, before Christmas.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, is there anything in addition other than the books that you have coming out?
Yes, I have created, with the help of a factory in Poland, of all places, created some handmade artisan Christmas ornaments, blown by mouth, hand decorated. And I'll have one representing that J.L. Hudson building that's such a part of our history and memory that you could hang on your Christmas tree. So with that, I'm promoting that as hang a little Hudson's on your Christmas tree this year.
I love it.
Because, it's what you'll be doing, and it'll help you bring back those great memories everybody has of the good time shopping in that building. And then also, I'm going to offer two of the most famous of the Great Lakes steamships that we had calling in Detroit here, the City of Detroit 3, and then the replica of either the North American or the South American of the Georgian Bay line that people were able to take summer cruises. A lot of high schools had graduation cruises, because I've talked to a lot of people that were on that in the 60s, and they have fond memories of their trips on it. So they might want to signify that they're a part of that history by having an ornament. So I'm making these available to people, and they are really the top class individually made representations of that, and probably the best that I could find throughout the whole world, really, in terms of getting the product enhanced in such a way that they should be very, very happy with it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Bruce, for letting us know. If you have any other questions or want to follow for updates, be sure to follow Bruce from Editions BK on social media and check out his website, editionsbk.com. Bruce, thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate being here.
Of course. And we'll talk to you guys later.